Good afternoon, students and traders. My name is Michael Tawill, and I am going to be your host for today's web presentation. I want to personally welcome each and every one of you on behalf of Market Traders Institute. And before we begin, I'd like to do a quick audio and video check to make sure you can hear me just fine and you can see everything just fine as well. So if you do hear me loud and clear and see the screen that says Forex Wealth, please type in a Y for yes, just to let me know. Thank you, Alexander, Jose, Debbie, David, John, Scott, Ivan, Frank. Everybody else is typing in yes. Thank you for that. We do have about 200 people with us this afternoon, and once again, I want to personally welcome each and every one of you. This is part of a mini workshop series, and today what I'm going to be sharing with you, how you can literally trade this market part-time for returns around the clock. So if you're the busy individual or you want to just, you think you have to put all this time into it, I'm going to show you how you can spend just a few minutes to really master this market and succeed at the highest level you'd like to succeed at. So thank you, everybody, for those confirmations once again. And friends, I am excited and I'm honored to be here with everyone today. And I'm here today to help you discover the powerful FX Turbo Trader Auto, and simple ways to increase your Forex profit potential starting today. I will be discussing the next leg of the tipping point trading prediction and how this can help you prepare for upcoming trades in particular, and how these movements can be used to jumpstart your trading careers. Now, the tools, the strategies, and the techniques that I'm going to be sharing with you today, they allow me personally to be a consistently profitable Forex trader, and I want to empower you today to follow our step-by-step approach to help you achieve the financial freedom that you not only want, but that you do deserve. Now, I will note these web presentations, they are not recorded, they are live, and I personally enjoy the interaction. What I find is the majority of clients and students take advantage of this, well, they do benefit from the interaction as well. So what I want to ask everyone to do at this time is please go grab a pen and a piece of paper. And when you have that pen and paper, please come back on and just type in a yes that you do, in fact, have that pen and paper. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Rafiat. Hans, John, Sparky, David, Brad, Carrie, Chris, and everybody else is typing in yes. Phenomenal. So before we begin, I want to let you know that trading does have its own form of risk involved. Okay, you should never invest money that you cannot afford to lose, and always trade with equity management in mind. Now, there is no such thing as an undefeated season, and you may incur losses from time to time, but the key is to keep your profits high and have minimal losses. And I will be discussing what I mean by that and showing you when we hit the live market. Okay, and we do endorse going through the education in its entirety and begin trading as a knowledgeable trader. So let me start off by letting you know that live each weekday, this is our tipping point prediction. As a client of MTI, you will receive exclusive information regarding a major market movement. Now, this is a 2,000 pip movement on one currency pair and a 1,000 pip movement on another. Now, this is brand new, and it was just launched just the other week. And what does that mean to you? Well, at $10 per pip, this would be a $30,000 a year making opportunity between now and the end of this year. Now, just the other week alone, in 1 week, we generated over 300 pips. That's over 3,000 US dollars. The next huge round of trades are setting themselves up, and you can be a part of this next huge movement. All right? I'm telling you that if you want to have an advantage on this market, you cannot afford to miss out on this, but this is a special exclusive unveiling, and this is only for MTI students. And you will be shown how to take advantage of these opportunities from our instructors live. So once again, I see we have a handful of people that just joined us in the last minute or so. Welcome. We do have well over 200 people with us this afternoon. And I just want to quickly just let everybody know, even if you're brand new, that my name is Michael Tawill, and I am going to be your host for today's web presentation. I want to personally thank you all for your attendance today. Now, the very first thing I want to do is I want to tell you just a little bit about myself. Okay? For the past 7 years, I have been coaching and mentoring individuals on essentials necessary to succeed in the marketplace. I speak to organizations and large audiences ranging in upwards of 10 to 15,000 people at any given time, training them on how to become a results-driven achiever. Now, I'm a highly analytical thinker with a niche for identifying, improving, and streamlining complex work processes. Now, I want to share something pretty special with you, okay? A little over 90 days ago, okay, about a little over 3 months ago, I was sitting in a seat just like you are today, watching one of these presentations for the very first time. I liked what I saw, but I did have questions, and I had some concerns if I could really do something like this and if this could really work for me. Well, shortly thereafter, I did take advantage of what Market Traders Institute offers, which is the Ultimate Traders Package on Demand, and I quickly found myself learning how to use simple strategies to gain a huge advantage on this market. I now wake up excited each morning knowing that my opportunities trading this market are absolutely endless, and I'm here today to share with you the same exact methods that I've learned and that I'm now currently using to grow confidence in trading the Forex market and to show you why I wake up excited each morning. Everything I know about trading the Forex, I learned from Market Traders Institute and the Ultimate Traders Package on Demand. I am an ultimate trader, and I believe that the best way to predict the future is simply to create it. So just a couple of quick housekeeping things I'd like to go over. When I say, hey guys, do you have any questions? All you have to do is just enter in a response into the questions section, and I will respond. If for whatever reason I'm demonstrating a trading opportunity and I cannot respond, one of my educational specialists will respond to you privately. All right? So first and foremost, how many people do I have with me in today's presentation that are currently Forex traders? If you're a Forex trader, please type in a me. And I want you to know that I mean demo, live. If you're trading the Forex in any way, shape, or form, please let me know. All right, that's Jeff, Maud, Alexander, Ron, Carrie, Olga, Phil, Paresh, Paul, Kobus, and everybody else that's typing in yes. All right, now it looks like we have a small concentration of Forex traders, and then it looks like we have others in here that look to be brand new. So do I have anybody with me in today's presentation that has never traded anything before, ever? If that's you, please type in a me. All right. Thank you, Stacy and Ivan, Pedro, Rochelle, Kim, Kashik, and everybody else that's typing in me. Awesome. So I know some of you may have some experience, so some of this may be a great review for you, but to level the playing field, we are going to go over a bit of information about Market Traders Institute, and then we're going to go into an introduction into the Forex, and then finally we are going to hit the live market. So I have just a few questions for you before we move on. How many of you would want me to share with you how you can start making more money right now? Awesome. How many of you would want me to share with you a time and tested way of trading proven to create successful traders over the last 20 years? And how many of you would want me to share with you, okay, an easy-to-follow blueprint that can help you clearly identify high-winning percentage trading opportunities every single day, every single week, and every single year? Yeah, it's Mohan and Carrie, Carl, Bruce, Rochelle, Prem, Keith, Ron, everybody else is typing in me. Well, I am excited today because what you're about to discover here in just a moment is 3 ways to maximize your trading profits fast. You're also going to discover trading strategies such as the FX Turbo Trader and the Turbo Trader Auto and other simple ways to increase your profit in this market, and how to identify wave patterns and Japanese candlestick formations, how to enter a trade and why, and how to exit a trade and why. And in fact, today I am going to go live and I'm going to open on my MTI 4.0 charting software, and I am going to show you behind the curtain so that you can see my 3 insider secrets to Forex trading success. You're also going to hear from some of our students and from some of our clients as well. But before we do all of that, I have just a few questions for you so that I can make sure that I know your personal motivation. All right? I'd like for you to write the answers to these questions on a piece of paper and also type them into the chat section. Now, this is really important. What I found is that when people do this, they will retain 95% of the information. So let me ask you the first question. What is your #1 reason for being here? Go ahead and jot the answer down now. What is the first thing that comes to your mind? Make more money, retirement, have a better retirement, financial independence, replace my income, quit my job, winning, increase profits, spend more time with the family, financial independence. Ron, that was mine, buddy. Just plain old, just freedom, right? You know, trade well, awesome. Next one, why is this important to you? What is the core reason that you want to do this? Why do you want to make more money right now? Total freedom, travel the world, more time with family, bring wife home from work, peace of mind, quit my job, independence for my health, time with my family. Awesome. Third, how will this help you and your family? Debt-free, vacation home, more travel, stay-at-home parents, independence. Awesome. And then finally, if you were going to make Forex trading your full-time income, how much money would you need to make at trading to replace your full-time income on a monthly basis? Thank you, Mohan and Mode, Colin, Renee, Ivan, Medat, Frank, Debbie, Ron, everyone else is typing in those responses. Thank you for that. Awesome. Now, really quick, I just want to go ahead and appreciate everybody that is responding. We have way over 200 people with us this afternoon, And for all those that are taking the time out to respond and interact with me, I do greatly appreciate that because it's not fun speaking to a blank chat. And so once again, I do appreciate all those that are taking the time out to interact with me. So I am now going to show you how to use an easy system to potentially propel you to the successes that you are looking for. Now, I'm not talking system in literal terms, okay? Market Traders has broken down the word system into an acronym, and it stands for save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. And that's what we're going to be going over today, an easy, simple system. So as to not waste your time today, I want to make a promise to you. And my promise to you is this, that by the end of this presentation, you will see how professional traders use simple methods to predict where the market is going and how you can use that skill to make substantial income for yourself in your free time starting today. All right? And in fact, by the end of this presentation, you may know more about the Forex market than 90% of the world. So for those of you that are wondering, all right, who is MTI? Well, MTI stands for Market Traders Institute. We were founded by Jared Martinez in February of 1994, and we are located in Lake Mary, Florida. We employ over 100 of the most talented staff in the industry, and if you see there on your screen, Florida Trend and Orlando Business Journal did recognize MTI as being one of the top best companies to work for in 2014. Over the last 20 years, they have had the honor in working with over 30,000 clients from all corners of the world. We operate under a single mission, which is to create successful traders. And since client satisfaction is highly important to MTI, we've designed all of their client interactions around a single sentence. We never leave a client behind. So let's hear from Tricia W. She's from Ontario, Canada. All right, she began MTI's Ultimate Traders Package on Demand on January 4th of 2013. Now, she was skeptical about MTI because she had been burned in the past by other companies. But she decided to partner with MTI and the Ultimate Traders Package on Demand, and let's hear from her now. Tricia says, the live interaction is priceless. You have someone there with you and for you and helping you along each step of the way. If you don't understand and if you have questions, the analysts respond with written and visual examples. So imagine that. Imagine finding a company that treats you like family. When times are great or when times get tough, family is truly what makes everything better. Now, I can almost assure you that 99% of the people in this room, okay, are here for one reason, and that is to make money. But it's a little bit deeper than that. You're here to learn or to find a solution to a problem or challenge that you're either currently facing or that you fear you may be facing in the near future. Okay, what are these challenges? Challenges such as, do you have enough money set aside for retirement? Do you have money set aside for your children? Do you have money set aside to live the life that you and your family not only want but that you deserve? Right? Do you have enough money to eliminate your debts? Do you have enough money set aside for emergencies? You see, these are all challenges that we hear about on a daily basis that people just like you are trying to overcome. But let me ask everyone in this room a question. Okay? If something were to happen to you tomorrow and that you were not able to work or provide for your family, would your family be able to survive and live the lifestyle that they deserve without you and without your current stream of income? Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Colin. Thank you, James, Ivan, Medat, Keith, and everyone else is typing in those responses. Right? Well, to me, this is one of the biggest challenges that I've identified, that I've accepted, and that I've put plans in place for to ensure that my family can live a life of wealth and abundance. And I hope that many of you take action like I have, and this is how you can do it. We are here to provide you solutions to your challenges with the Ultimate Traders Package on Demand. Now, this is your on-demand financial freedom solution. This package is the most complete, most turnkey, easy-to-use, step-by-step trading program available in the world today. It's now time to introduce you to the CEO and the founder of MTI, Jared Martinez. He's also known around the world as the FX Chief. Now, he's been trading the Forex market for over 25 years, and he established MTI because he wished that he had a mentor early on in his career. Now, his talents are endless when it comes to the Forex, so much so that he created the world's only Forex course that is accepted in major universities around the globe. Now, I am excited to share with you some of his secrets to help you become wealthy and financially free. So, stay with me, because at the end of this presentation today, I will let you know how you can spend 3 days with the FX Chief or a Certified Market Pro for free. How many of you would like to do that? Absolutely. So, what is the Forex market? Well, the Forex market is the largest financial market with almost limitless amounts of liquidity, which really means that it's a market of limitless financial opportunity. And in fact, what the Forex market means to me personally is that it is the easiest, the most predictable, and the the safest way to invest. Now, I realize there are probably several people in this presentation who may have never seen a Forex chart before, and so what I want to do is I want to go over this. I'm also going to bring up and answer 2 questions that anyone who wants to trade usually asks. First, what are you doing when trading Forex currencies? Second, what are pips and why do you want them? And I will be covering this before we get into the live market. So what we do in this market is we trade one country's currency against another. Now here on the screen we can see that this is the Great British Pound versus the US dollar. In this market, in essence, what we're trying to do is take this currency versus another currency in an attempt to figure out which one is going to gain in value against the other. Now, if you look now at the top left-hand side of my screen, you will see that there's a 240 next to the name of the currency pair. Well, that number denotes that this time frame is 240 minutes per candlestick. That means that each candle represents what the market has done during that time frame. Does that make sense to everybody? Perfect. Now, the way this market works is we actually teach people to trade using Japanese candlestick formations. And that's what all these weird-looking rectangles are on your screen. Okay, these are Japanese candlesticks. So is there anybody here that's not familiar with Japanese candlesticks? If you're not, just please type in a me. All right, thank you. So what a Japanese candlestick is that it's a visual representation of how much the market moved in whatever time frame you select. What you're looking at right now is Market Traders Institute's Wealth Acceleration 4.0 charting software. Now you do have full customization ability where you can create whatever time frame you'd like to view. In addition, what we do with these Japanese candlesticks is we look at them to identify patterns, which gives us some sort of hint as to which way the market is actually heading. Now, this is where we get into the good stuff. Okay, this is where we start talking about how we actually make money. What we're trying to do in this market is capture pips. Now, PIP is an acronym, and it stands for Price Interest Point. So let me explain to you in the simplest of terms how that actually works. A pip has the exact same relationship as a penny does to a dollar. Now, is everyone in this presentation familiar with the US dollar? If you are, just please type in a yes. All right, perfect. All right, so how many pennies are there in a US dollar? 100, right? So everyone does realize that there's 100 pennies in a dollar. All right, that means that a penny represents 1/100th of a dollar. Well, if you can imagine that we're looking for a unit of measure, a monetary unit of measure smaller than $1, even smaller than a penny, okay, then that unit of measure smaller than a penny would be equivalent to a pip. So a pip represents 1/100th of a penny, just like a penny represents 1/100th of a dollar. Does that make sense to everyone in this room? If it does, just please type in a yes into the question section. All right, perfect. If you look now at the price action of this chart on the right-hand side of your screen, you can see the pips. Now, the pips are represented in the final 2 digits of these numbers. Now, in a price fluctuation, if this market were to move, okay, from 1.65 to 1.66, that is a 1 full cent increase. And at the same time in the Forex market, that's a 100 pip increase. Now, does everyone understand that? Awesome. Thank you. I want you to write this down, okay? In this market, we trade in units called lots. Now, there are standard lots, and then there are mini lots, okay? A mini lot controls $10,000 of a currency, and each pip is worth $1. A standard lot controls $100,000 of a currency, and each pip is worth $10, all right? Now, the best part of this market is that your cost to get involved in a mini lot trade is only a $200 investment, and your cost to get involved in a standard lot trade is only a $2,000 investment from your trading account. The broker will borrow this investment size, allowing you to place the trade. Now, you can only win or lose pips. The original investment of either $200 for a mini lot or $2,000 for a standard lot goes back into your account at the completion of the trade. Does everyone understand this? Midot, you're absolutely right, buddy, and I will be discussing that here in just a few minutes. Awesome. Now, this is the important stuff, guys. This is where you're going to be able to figure out how much money can you make in this market, not just how much money can be made in this market, right? So I want you to go ahead and type this into the chat section now. If you were to go ahead and get started in the Forex market today, all right, you were to open up a live account today, all right, how many of you would, let's just say, be able to fund your account with, say, $5,000 or more? Okay, if that's you, just type in 5,000. If you're unable to do that, type in the amount you would be able to. If it's less than 5,000, just let me know the amount that you would be able to fund your account with. And if it's 5 or over, just put 5,000. All right, perfect. Thank you, Renee, Laura, Sueli, Andre, James, Madat, David, Moan, Pollard, and everybody else that's answering. Now, if you're wondering, Mike, why are you asking me this? It'll make a lot more sense here once we get into the live market, all right? So once again, thank you, everybody, for the interaction, and thank you, everybody, for interacting with me today. All right, so what a trading system is indicators on a specific currency pair, on a specific time frame, in specific market conditions, all right? Now, it's simply a group of specific rules or parameters that determine entry and exit points, and these points that are known as signals are often marked on a chart in real time, and they prompt the immediate execution of a trade. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get right into it. I'm now going to pull up my MTI's 4.0 acceleration charting software, and when you see this pulled up on your screen, if you can all please be so kind as to type in a Y for yes, just to let me know, yep, Mike, we're good to go. I do see your charts. All right, thank you, everybody, once again. Great. So let me start off by telling you this. Okay, there are many different ways to trade this market, and there's many different posers out there that are all plug and play. You know, they have all this marketing behind them. They have absolutely nothing to back it up. And what does it do? It instills fear into people in regards to systems. Well, what you need to know about MTI is that we provide constant updates to our systems. We constantly monitor our systems a minimum of twice a week. We make sure that all of our systems are up to date with current market conditions. Now, there's many different ways to skin a cat when it comes to being successful trading the Forex market. And I don't know if any of you have ever heard that actual saying before, but what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to show you a simple, now, it's not easy, but a simple way of getting in and getting out of this market with a plan. Now, before I get into the market, I want to discuss this plan with you. Is it safe to say that if we can show you today how to consistently make money in this market with an easy-to-follow trading system, would it be worth your time attending today? Awesome. Because my goal as a teacher is not to make the complex complicated, is to take what's complicated and make it simple. And to me, that's the definition of what a teacher does. A teacher takes what's complicated and makes it simple. How many of you agree with me on that? For sure, right? So what I'm going to show you now is how to combine systems with technical analysis, and we're going to roll it all into one simple and easy plan. So the first currency pair I want to pull up is I'm going to pull up, this is the Euro and Australian dollar currency pair on a 60-minute time frame. Okay? So if you're taking notes, I want you to write this down. A trader needs three things. You need to know where the market's going, you need to know where to get in, and you need to know where to get out. Those are the three things. So it's safe to say, folks, that once you know where the market's going, where to get in, and where to get out, do you think that that's officially a good plan, if you know those three things? Yeah, 100%, right? Now, how to get there, once again, we can skin a cat many different ways. I can show you the most complex ways of trading where I put on 5 or 6 different indicators, and then I can go through a lot of manual analysis identifying support and resistance. And then I can throw on the chart 6 different convergences that I'm looking for, and then I can pull up 5 or 6 different checklists that I have to walk through to make sure that I have the absolute best trading opportunities at hand. That's the most complex way to do it. Or what I can do is use an easy-to-follow system that will give me answers to all 3 of those questions in the shortest amount of time possible. Because I want you to first become a believer that you can see how the money is made, and then you can see how to actually go get that money. So is that fair for everyone in the room that I take you through that journey? Because I told you that by the time we finish today, you will know more about the Forex market than 90% of the people out there. Didn't I promise you that? Absolutely, right? So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the chart, okay? The very first thing that I want to cover real quick is I want to explain to you, for those of you that are wondering, how does this market actually move? Well, the market moves in what you call a wave-like pattern. What goes up must come down. What goes down must come up. Here you can see the market's making highs, it's making lows. It's making highs, it's making lows. How many of you see that, right? Now the question is, well, Mike, how do you capitalize on that? How can you tell where the market's actually going? Well, that's one thing I'll tell you right now. I had no clue until I went through the Ultimate Traders Package on Demand, which taught me everything I need to know about this market. But take a look at this market. See how it's making highs and it's making lows? It's making highs and it's making lows. Now, to the untrained eye, okay, you don't see what I see because I've been trained by MTI. And so what I'm going to do is I want to make this easy because let's just say, hypothetically speaking here, all right, we pull up the chart and you're looking to get into the market, all right? And if you're wondering, well, Mike, where are we looking at? Simple. Let me go ahead and put a line there so that we can make sure that we're all on the same page here. I'm going to put a line right there. All right? So you get home from work, you pull up your computer, and instead of watching TV like most people in America do, you pull up your charts because you decide that you want to make some money while you're not at work, and I applaud you for that. So let's get into that mindset, okay? So let's look at the black line. The question is, 3 questions. Where's the market going? Where am I going to get in? And where am I going to get out? So type into the question section now, okay? I would love to see we have way over 200 people. I'd love to see over 200 answers in here. You tell me, which way is the market going? Is the market going up or is the market going down? I'm getting down, sideways, sideways, up, up, down. Paul, I see you have a question mark. No problem, buddy. Just tell me what you think. I'm seeing down, 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 sideways, down, 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 sideways, trending down, sideways, down, 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 consolidation, sideways, side to down, 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 up. Earl says up. All right. All right, so I'm going to stop right there. I basically 95% of the responses are telling me down, okay? 2% are telling me up, and then 3% are saying sideways or ranging. So let's advance the market forward, and let's see what actually happens. So we see the market moving up. All right, take a look there. How many of you see what the market just did? All right. Now, if a lot of you placed that trade in real time, all right, you would have probably been like, oh boy, right? I probably should have gone in the other direction. And so for those of you that set up, let's take a look at how many pips did we actually generate. Well, we got into the market right here. I got out at that white candlestick right there. All right, let me go ahead and exit out of that. So once again, I got in there, we got out right here, and let's take a look at how many pips we generated. So if you're wondering, Mike, how can we determine that, take a look at my red dot. You see that? All right. Take a look at the word range. You see the word range? All right. Well, range, that number next to range tells you, okay, how many pips were generated. Okay? So range equals pips. So how many of you can tell me how many pips did we generate off this one trade? 440. Bingo. I'm looking to see who's on page here. All right. Great job, everybody that's typing in 440. You're absolutely right, okay? And so once again, I'm glad you know that, where to look, because we are going to be going into some other examples here, right? So once again, you just generated 440 pips or $4,400. All right? As a matter of fact, that we got into the market on November 21st, which was Thanksgiving last year. All right? We got out 5 days later. So how many of you would like to generate 440 pips or $4,400 if you were trading at standard lot trades, all right, profit in 5 days? Would you be okay with that? Right? And that's the question. You might be saying, man, well, how do I actually take advantage of that? Well, that's what I'm here for today. I am here to show you and share with you how you can actually read the market and how to actually predict that. So for all of those that said the market's going up, you just saw that you just made over 400 pips, over $4,000 in 5 days. How many of you would be excited about that, right? What would that do for you? So congratulations to all those that said it's going up. Now, for all those that said it's going down, I'm extremely sorry for your loss of $4,000. So this is the game plan. I want to empower you to take advantage of this market. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a simple system. Now, it's simple to use, but it wasn't simple to build. I'm going to open up the FX Turbo Trader. I also want to let you know that I am going to be getting into some other examples here in just a few minutes. And when I do, I am going to go to a more current time frame so that you can see that what I'm showing you right now does work on even the most current markets, okay? That I didn't just select specific dates to show you the greatest example, but I want to show you how this holds true even, in the most current market. So once again, take a look at that. So take a look at these lines. You're probably wondering, man, Mike, what do all those mean? What am I looking for? Well, I'm going to explain that to you, okay? The very first thing we want to do, the very first thing, okay, you want to look at is this. How many of you see this teal blue line? Okay. Now take a look at the candles above the teal blue line. When the candles are above the teal blue line, the market's going up. When the candles are below the teal blue line, the market's going down. So this teal blue line is an automated trend line that basically differentiates buy zone and sell zone. So when the candles are above the teal blue line, I'm going to call that my buy zone. Make sense? When the candles are below the teal blue line, what do you think I'm going to call that? That's going to be my sell zone. Does that make sense? If that makes sense so far, please type in a Y for yes into the question section. Let me know that you understand that. I know it's pretty basic, but I just want to make sure you get it. So candles above the teal blue line, buy zone. Candles below the teal blue line, sell zone. Thank you, everybody. For those, I'd call out your names, but I'm getting a lot of people typing in yes. So perfect. So once again, that is what the teal blue line represents. So let's talk about the indicators, the other indicators. So you have red indicators and you have green indicators. And I know what many of you are thinking. You're wondering, what's the indicator? Okay. I wish I could tell you what the indicators are. I don't know them. I didn't build them. The FX chief built this. But what I do know is how to use it, and that's what's most important. It's proprietary to MTI and the FX chief himself. All right. Now, I want to also let you know that a lot of people that are new to trading or that are currently traders, if you don't understand what this actually is and what the FX chief has done and created, this is basically over 20 years of his trading knowledge and everything he's accumulated as far as knowledge put into this one system that he specifically designed. Okay, so for those people out there, especially for those that have put a lot of time and effort into learning how to read the market with no systems whatsoever, but just simple, just basic charting, they have to just look at it and analyze it. Okay, I think the people that haven't learned that piece yet may not understand the magnitude of this, because this is everything he knows in one system alone. All right. So once again, take a look at this. You have green indicators and you have red indicators. So what do you think the green indicator represents? Look at the candles above the teal blue line with the green indicator. All right. How many of you can tell me, all right, what that represents? Green means go, green means buy. Great job, everybody. Yep, good job, Pedro, Lud, Robert, Pete, and everybody else. So green means go, green means buy. Well, look at the candles below the teal blue line with the red indicators. What do you think the red indicator represents? Bingo. Red means stop, red means sell. Go ahead, write that down. Let me know. Just type in the word done when you have that written down. Okay? Perfect. Thank you, everybody. So take a look here. All right? How many of you, let me go ahead and compress this chart. How many of you see this candlestick right here? As a matter of fact, let me make this a little bit easier for you. All right? How many of you see this candle right here? Okay? Let me just go ahead and make that a little bit bigger. You see that right there? Okay. The moment that crosses below the teal blue line, okay, that is my indicator that I now want to sell. So I would have specifically started selling right there at the close of that candlestick. Does that make sense? And so take a look here. I'm going to go ahead and advance the market forward, and you might be wondering, well, what next? Well, let's take a look at what we've done so far. Okay, we've officially answered 2 of our questions. Okay, we've answered, we know where the market's going, and we know where to get in. We know where we need to buy or where we need to sell. So take a look here. In this example, what do you think we're doing? We're selling, right? I'm just sitting there idling by, letting the market do its thing, and guess what? What do you think I'm going to do when the market crosses back above the teal blue line? How many of you can tell me? Right there. How many of you see that? The cross above the teal blue line. That right there is my indicator to get out, take my profits, and potentially reverse my position. Make sense? All right? So once again, take a look there. So in this case, what you would have generated is I would have got into the market right here at the close of that candlestick. We would have got in. We would have got out right here. Take a look. How many of you can tell me how many pips would we have generated on this one trade? Bingo. Great job, Carl, Medat, Renee, Chris, Maud, Peter, Rifat, and everybody else that's typing in 141. You're absolutely right, okay? So 141 pips off this one trade. How many of you would like to generate 141 pips off that one trade, especially, right? Especially if you were just, even if you had a system to basically guide you in the right direction, right? Not bad, okay? So once again, we've officially answered our 3 questions. All right, well, what are they? We know where the market's going, we know where we're getting in, and we know where we're getting out. So let me go ahead and ask everybody this question, all right? If you were to get into the market, all right, right now, based on what you see, how many of you can tell me what you would do right now if you saw this consistent trend with a green indicator? I'll give you a hint. The candles are above the teal blue line. Can you tell me what you would do? All right, I'm getting the majority of you typing in buy. Well, let's take a look. If you bought into this market and you bought and you just sat there, lived your life, let the market do its thing, take its course, you're just waiting, you're waiting for, for the indicator here. Take a look there. How many of you see that you would have been able to take advantage of that 440 pips? Does that make sense? And so once again, that's just trading one standard lot, okay? So once again, that's the FX Turbo Trader, and what I want to let you know is this system does work on every currency pair, and it works on every time frame, okay? So no matter what the currency pair is, no matter what the time frame is, you can use this system on any pair or time frame you'd like. Fair enough? So let's take a look at the market, all right? Right now, based on what you see, all right, how many of you can tell me what would you do right now if you have candles below the teal blue line and you have a red indicator? And for those of you that are wondering, all right, I'm getting the majority of you saying sell. Well, take a look at that. Before, we literally had the majority saying the wrong direction and a very few small percentage saying sideways and up. How many of you find value in the fact that we went from a 50-50 split in the room to now I literally have 95% of you in the room right now giving me the right direction? How does that happen? In 2 seconds. Does that make sense? And so once again, a lot of you are saying sell, and so let's go ahead, advance the market forward. If you would have gotten into this trade, and let's see what would have happened. And by the way, for any of you out there that are trying to maybe squint your eyes and see what date is he on, let me go ahead and make it easy and tell you. All right, I backtracked to May 8th, and the reason I did that of this year, May 8th, is because I want to show you if you would have taken advantage of this 1, 2, 3 months ago, where would you honestly be today? Okay, and if you take advantage of this today, where can you be 1, 2, 3 months from now? And I'm a man of casting vision and seeing where you could be and where you can be, and that's why I went to those dates specifically, all right? So you got into the market selling, okay? And now you're simply living your life. You're advancing the market forward. You're out doing the things you enjoy. And what are we doing? We're simply waiting for the market to cross back above the teal blue line. Now this allows an individual to be an educated trader. This allows you to learn how to trade. And once again, I'll tell you this right now. For those of you that think maybe you're listening to this 9, 10-year trading guru, I'm not. Okay, I was actually just the average individual. Just a few months ago that said, you know what, I want to trade. I didn't know where to go. I decided to partner with MTI. I've gone through the Ultimate Traders Package on demand in its entirety on several occasions, all right, several times, and I now utilize this system on every trade I make. I also know how to read the market. Okay, so if you're interested in trading with a system like this and even learning how to read the market without anything, that's what the Ultimate Traders Package on Demand did for me, and that's what it can do for you as well. So once again, we're simply waiting for the market to cross back above the teal blue line, and take a look here. How many of you see the market crossed above that teal blue line right here? Does that make sense? So what that's going to tell me, that's telling me to go ahead, Mike, this is where you want to get out and you want to reverse your position, okay? So at this point, what I'm going to do is let's take a look at how many pips did we generate. Now, I got into the market right here, all right, at the close of this candlestick, and I got out right here. How many of you can tell me how many pips is that? That's 199 pips. Great job, everybody that's typing that in. You're absolutely right. So we're up 199 pips, or $1,990, of course, with standard lots. All right? So that's one trade, not bad. Let's advance the market forward, and we're looking for our next signal, our next entry point. All right? Now take a look here. How many of you see the market's riding the teal blue line? You see that right there? That's called inconsistency. Okay? And so once again, what I'm looking for is a more definite direction. All right? Now, once again, so when I see the market going sideways like that, all right, that is my indicator to advance the market forward, and I'm going to wait until I have a more definite direction. Now, how many of you can tell me, based on what you see, how many of you would consider what you see right now, right here? How many of you can tell me if does that look like a more consistent direction? Does that look like a more consistent trend? Absolutely. Carl, you're absolutely right, buddy. All right? So this is consistency in my book. Why? That's all I need to see because we're above the teal blue line, we have a green indicator, and I would have already gotten into this trade personally. All right, so we are now officially buying. Okay, we're in this market buying, and we're back to living our life, doing the things that we enjoy doing. Okay, so once again, you know, the reason I know a lot of people that want to trade but they don't because of fear, stress, anxiety. They're not sure. They're worried. You know, they don't want to lose their money, and I don't blame them. But you know, how many of you would like to trade with confidence, with boldness, knowing that, hey, I know what's going to happen. I know how to read the market. And literally, if you're out there and you're just busy, you're on the go, you know, I personally thought, man, I thought I would never trade because I was like, I'm too busy. I travel a lot. I love to surf. I love to spend time with my family, and I love to go golfing. And I was like, I don't think I could sit home and stare at a computer 24 hours a day, okay? But when I learned that that's not the case, you know, I had a misconception of the market. I thought you had to literally sit there and stare at the screen every single day, 24/7. But when I learned that there's different strategies, different methods, different ways, and you can still succeed in it, that's when I realized this is something that's for me. So take a look here. All right, how many of you see the market cross back below the teal blue line? So that's all I need. That's what that's going to tell me is, all right, Mike, what you want to do at this point is you want to go ahead, take your profits, reverse your position. All right, so let's go ahead and see how many pips we just generated off this one single trade. All right, we got into the market here. We got out right here. How many of you can tell me how many pips is that? 233 pips. Great job. Renee, Carl, Mode, Keith, yep, Lud, and Paresh, and everybody else that's typing that in. So 233 pips. So 233 pips, or $2,330. Not bad. 2 trades. We're looking pretty good. All right. Let's go ahead, advance the market forward, and let's see what we're looking for next. How many of y'all can tell me, based on what you see, what would you all do right now based on the candles below the teal blue line with a red indicator? Bingo. Renee, Carl, Paresh, everyone else is telling me sell. Keith, Rochelle, Duran, and everyone else. All right, absolutely. I am now going to sell. I'm going to place my trade. I'm going to go back to living my life. Now, the greatest part about this is this. The moment you have a cross below the teal blue line, or whichever direction you're trading, all right, it doesn't matter. You can literally receive either a phone call and or a text message to your phone or even email giving you an alert telling you, hey, this is where the cross was. Go ahead and get into the market now. So how many of you would like to go out, live your life, and simply have a message, a text message on your phone, okay, and telling you exactly what to do, when to do it? So even if you're out and about and you get a notification on your phone, all you have to do is notify your broker, and you're in the market or you're out of the market. Does that make sense? And so take a look at this. How many of you would like a way to predict where the market's going in this fashion? See? How many of you would like to do that? Just be able to predict the market's going to drop versus looking at every candlestick individually, trying to sit there and figure out, what is this doing? What is that doing? Now, do we teach that? 100%. Okay? Did I learn that through the Ultimate Traders Package on Demand? Absolutely. All right? So, but take a look here. We crossed back above the teal blue line. We are now over the teal blue line. I'm now simply going to take my profits. I'm going to reverse my position. But let's just take a look at how many pips we just generated on this one single trade right here. All right, so we got into the market. I got in to close that teal blue line. We got out right there. How many of you can tell me how many pips is that? Bingo. Great job, everybody. 115. You're absolutely right. So we're up 115 pips, or $1,150. Now, based on that right there, let me go ahead and show you something. How long have we been trading this market for? How long have we been on these different trades? We got in on the 8th, and we are about on the 2nd of the following month. All right, so how many weeks is that? Let's just call that, that's about 25 days. So basically, how much did we generate alone in those 3 trades within a 25-day time frame? 1,990 plus 2,330 plus 1,150 is 5,470. So we have $5,470 profit, okay, in roughly 25 days. Now, remember how I asked you earlier how many of you would be able to open and fund your account with $5,000 or more? Type in type in a Y for yes, or type in 5,000 if that was you. And then I asked you, if you're not able to fund your account with that, how much would you be able to fund your account with? Okay? Well, here's why I asked you that. I'm going to use the example of 5,000 that we opened up our account with. Now, I don't want to lose you if you don't have the 5,000 to fund your account with, but whatever you do have to fund your account with, go ahead and use what I'm going to show you and apply it to whatever you're going to fund your account with. Okay? If you're trading at mini lots or even micro lots to start with, you can build your way up to trading standard lots. A great friend of mine, professional trader known around the globe here at MTI, FX Pathfinder, known as Joshua Martinez, he actually opened up this account for the first time with 500 US dollars, turned it into 39,000. So there is light at the end of the tunnel. It's just all about having a strategy and a plan of attack. Okay? So let's just use the example of we opened up our account with $5,000 initial account balance. Okay? Fair enough? Now, how much did we generate in that 25 days? We generated, let's just call it a month. All right? We generated $5,470. So what are we up total? Total, we're now at $10,470 total account balance. How many of you would like to more than double your account in less than 30 days? Or let's just call it a month. Would that be okay with you? Okay? Not bad. When I saw that, I'm like, really? Okay? And so take a look. Now, let me ask you all a question. How many of you consider yourself aggressive? You're aggressive type traders. And how many of you consider yourself not aggressive? How many of you are not aggressive? All right, perfect. So for those of you that are not aggressive, here's what I want you to do after 30 days. All right? For the ones that are, I'm going to call you no risk. You're not aggressive traders. No riskers, I want you to withdraw. Withdraw $5,000 from your account after the 30 days, which is the initial $5,000 that you funded your account with. Guess what? Everything from here on out is absolutely nothing but profit. If you do take a loss, okay? If you do take a loss, all right, guess what? You lost profit. So everything from here on out is pure gain, pure profit. You can't lose anything that you initially started with because you already withdrew what you initially deposited into your account. You're home free. Does that make sense? For those of you that are risk takers, for those of you that consider yourself very aggressive like TC, okay, here's what I want you to do. All right, I'm going to call you risk taker. I want you to go ahead and start trading with I want you to trade 2 standard lots instead of 1. So that means that every trade from here on out, whether it's a win or loss, double it. So if you have a win of, let's just call it, if this was traded at 2 standard lots, double your pips, double your profit. Make sense? All right. So now for the aggressive types, you now are going to basically trade 2 standard lots. For the risk takers or for those that are not aggressive, you withdrew $5,000. You're home free. Everything is basically, I consider it free money. Okay. So from here on out, that's what I want you to think about. Also, for those of you that are unable to start trading at standard lots, here's what we teach you because we are an institute. Well, it's okay to start at the smallest lot size available, which is micro lots. So if you have to start trading at micro lots, guess what? We have a plan of attack for you specifically based on your goals and what you want to accomplish, whether it's 6 months out, a year out, 2 years out, whatever you want. And let's just say you trade micro lots for roughly 4 to 6 weeks, give or take. Okay? Well, what after that? We're eventually going to move you to trade mini lots. Make sense? Well, let's just say you're trading mini lots for roughly 4 to 6 weeks. And eventually, what's the goal? You will start trading at standard lots. So if you're unable to start with standard lots, it's okay. There is a plan of attack, and there is a way to get to standard lots. All right? Like I said, Joshua started with $500, and that's it. Turned it into $39,000. So with that being said, let's move on. I just want to go ahead. If that made sense, what I just covered, type in a Y for yes if that made sense. I want to make sure I didn't confuse anyone here. All right, perfect. Thank you, everybody, for that confirmation. I really do appreciate that. All right, so let's get back to the market here. Let's advance the market forward. And what are we looking for now? I'm looking for my next opportunity. All right, so what do you see right here? How many of you can tell me what would you do based on what you see right now? Right there. Boom. Getting the majority of you saying buy. Bingo. I'm going to buy. So I'm buying. I'm simply living my life, just waiting for the market to take its course. All right. How many of you see a drop down right here? What that's telling me is this. That's telling me that we just took a loss. It's all right. It's part of the game. Let me explain something. We got in there. We got out here. How many pips did we lose? How many of you can tell me? 31 pips. Absolutely, right? So we're down. We took a hit for 31 pips. So we lost 31 pips or $310. All right? So not bad. How many of you would be okay losing 31 pips but gaining 199 pips, 233 pips, 115 pips? All right, listen, anyone out there that tells you there's no such thing, or anyone out there that tells you you'll never lose, you know, you're going to win 100% of the time, listen, they're lying to you. There's no such thing as an undefeated season. You will incur losses from time to time, but the key is to have knowledge, have equity management in mind, which the Ultimate Traders Package does teach that in its entirety. And, you know, the key is to keep your profits high and have minimal losses. But those are people that are just gambling out there, placing a trade and going, I hope it does this, but they don't really, if I say confirm it for me and they're not able to, that's kind of scary, right? And I don't really endorse that. Okay, so once again, that's a loss. Let's keep moving forward. Now, because I incurred a loss, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to see what the market is going to do at this point because of the loss, okay? So I'm going to advance the market forward, and let's see what happens. We're above the teal blue line, but we do have a red indicator, so can't do anything there. So once again, I am waiting for a more definite direction because of the consistency, inconsistency that I'm seeing. How many of you see that this is a bunch of inconsistency? Right? And so what I'm waiting for now, it's riding the teal blue line. I am waiting for a more definite direction in this market. Now, is it fair to say, folks, that you now see a more consistent direction? Is this fair to say that this is a more consistent direction? Is that fair? Would you agree that this is safe to sell? Would you feel confident in selling right now? Bingo. I would. Okay. So I have the majority of you saying yes. All right. So we're now currently selling. We're going to go back to living our life. All right. And we're just simply waiting for the market to do its thing. All right. Now, let me ask you this. How many of you are catching on to what I'm showing you? How many of you feel this is something you can do? Right? How many of you feel this is something you can benefit from? You know, how many of you would like to have a way to predict where the market's going, where it can literally give you an idea of, look, the market's about to drop, get in right now, especially if you would have gotten an alert sent to your phone via text message, email, or phone call telling you what to do and when to do it and why to do it. All right? So once again, we're simply living our life, doing the things that we enjoy. You're spending more quality time with your family. You know, you're spending I personally check my charts first thing in the morning, 15 minutes, in the evening, 15 minutes. Other than that, maybe if I'm on the computer, but if I'm not, I don't go out of my way to find one. I check my charts 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the evening. So right here, how many of you see the cross back above the teal blue line? So based on that, let's take a look. How many pips did we just generate off this one sell opportunity? Okay, we got into the market there. We got out right here. How many pips is that? Yep, that's 72 pips. Bingo. All right. Thank you, Afiz. I do see that. We will have somebody reach out to you here in just a few minutes, buddy. Not a problem. All right, so we're at 72 pips. So 72 pips or $720 US. All right? Bam. Not bad, right? How many of you would like that so far? It's not the biggest one you've had, but would you give it back? I wouldn't, right? And so once again, I'm just showing you literally what this market can do. But the biggest thing is, do you feel this is something you can do, and do you see what we're actually showing you? So once again, let me go ahead and compress the chart and show you something. How many of you see the size of this candlestick? Take a look. We're above the teal blue line. We have a green indicator. I'm simply going to reverse my position, and I am now going to go ahead and buy into the market. So now that I'm buying into the market, I'm waiting for what? I'm simply waiting for the market to cross back below the teal blue line. Now, I asked this earlier, but let me go ahead and ask you again. Okay? How many of you, give me the percentage of what you understand of what I'm showing you. If you understand 0%, 100%, 50%, give me the percentage of what you understand of what I'm showing you. This also lets me know how I'm doing as a teacher. All right? Thank you, Jim, Paul, James, Keith, everybody else. Awesome. Great. Thank you, everybody, for that. Wonderful. So take a look. What are we waiting for? Thank you, Suli. I appreciate that. So we're just waiting for the cross below the teal blue line. Take a look here. How many of you see that? That's my indicator. I'm going to now exit the market. All right? But what do we want to do? What's the best part of this? The best part, in my opinion, is taking a look at how many pips we generated. So we reversed our position. We got into the market right here. 104 pips. How many of you see that? All right? 104 pips. Not bad. So 104 pips, or 1,040 US dollars. Now do you all see just how when we say, you know what? Remember earlier when I said I always wanted to trade, but I thought you had to sit in front of your computer all day, and I didn't have time for that? Now do you see how many of you understand and now see that you can literally create a full-time or more income, right, part-time? And that's what we mean by this. Being able to work your job, maybe you're retired, live your life, do the things you love, travel, okay, not put anything on pause, but be able to succeed at the highest level and succeed in this market, okay? And so let's take a look at how many pips, or sorry, how much income did we generate? We were in the market for approximately 6 weeks. So in 6 weeks' time, where are we at? We're at 1,040 plus 1,990 plus 2,330 plus 1,150 plus 720 equals 7,230 minus our loss of 310, 6,920. So we're at $6,920 profit, okay, in 6 weeks' time. How many of you would like to generate just shy of $7,000 in about a 6-week time frame? How many of you find benefit in what I'm actually showing you right now? And the question is, what would that do for you? You know, would it allow you to have a more fun retirement? Would it allow you to, you know, finally retire? Would it allow you to, maybe if you're retired, travel and not have to worry about where my fund's going to go? Do I have enough to live on? What about, you know, bringing the wife home from work or quitting your job or making this a full-time income, right? And just being free, traveling more, you know, spend more time with the kids or get out of debt. Whatever it would do for you, right? For me, I just needed breathing room. I personally just didn't like the fact that I worked 40, 50 hours a week, and I ran out of money before I ran out of month, and I couldn't plan for anything. It was, you know, it was hard, right? But that was a couple of years ago. And so take a look here. Once again, what would that do for you? And what I want to ask you all, a simple question. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove this system, and I want to ask you, do you think you would have been able to achieve the same exact success and results that we just did with the system without the system? How many of you feel you would have been able to generate same type of profit, same time frame without the system? Right? And so once again, how do we add it? Simple. I'm going to go to Systems. I'm going to turn it on, and the system is back on and running. All right? So now let me show you, I want to show you another system here. Now this right here, by the way, I do utilize both of these systems to trade. Okay? All right? And let's take a look. This is called the Turbo Trader Auto. Now this is on the Euro and JPY, which is the Japanese yen currency pair, on a 240-minute time frame. So with that being said, let me explain to you how this actually works. How many of you would like to have a way where you can have a system that, how many of you would like to almost literally kind of have an assistant, if you will, okay, that places trades for you, takes you in and takes you out, okay? Well, this system is automated. You can literally have, if you choose for it to, you can have it trade automatically for you whether you want to be there or not. Now, do you have to? You don't have to. But if you want that, you can have that. Now, this also sends you text messages and or email alerts that tells you exactly what to do, when to get in, when to get out. So if you're out and about with your family doing what you love, well, if you get a text message and you look at your phone, you simply notify your broker, and you can just make one phone call and the trade is placed. Does that make sense? And so how does this actually work? Well, you have red indicators and you have green indicators. The red indicators, what does that indicate? That tells you that the market is going down, right? What do the green indicators mean? The green indicators mean the market is going up. Does that make sense? All right. So with that being said, we now know where the market's going. Now, how do we know when to get in? Well, how many of you see those red arrows? You see the red arrows right here? The red arrows tell you, all right, the red arrows tell you exactly when to get in selling. So when you see that pop up, that means sell. How many of you see the green arrows? The green arrow simply means buy. So when that pops up, it's literally telling you on which candle to place the trade. Does that make sense? All right. Now, we've answered two questions. We know where the market's going. We know where to get in. Now, how do we know when to get out? Well, we simply get out when we have the opposite colored arrow. So if we're buying, we're waiting for a red arrow to appear. And the moment the red arrow appears, what are we going to do? Take our profit, and we are going to reverse our position. But with this system, I'm simply going to reverse my position immediately. All right? So let's go ahead and let me show you how this works. So we got into the market right here at this green arrow. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to advance the market forward. And if all of you can be so kind as to just simply type in the word now when it's time to get out, all right, and take your profits, reverse our position. All right? So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to advance the market forward. We're living our life. Take a look at that, how it skyrockets upwards. Well, I'm simply waiting for the market to I'm waiting for it to do its thing. I'm simply waiting for the market to give me an indicator telling me, Mike, it's time to get out. It's time to take your profits. There it is. Great job, Paul, Ivan, David, Fanny, James, John, Chris, Carl, and everyone else that's typing in their names or typing in the word now. So that's it. So that's, and in real life, what would that have meant? That would have meant that the trade was automatically placed for you, or if you don't want that, that would have meant that you would have received a message on your phone via text message, phone call, or email telling you exactly what to do. So that one trade right there, let's see what happened. How many pips did we generate? How many of you can tell me how many pips did we make off that one trade? Bingo. Exactly. 184 pips. Great job, David, and everybody else. So we're now up 184 pips, okay, or 1,840 US dollars. All right, one trade, not bad. What do you think we're going to do now based on what I told you earlier? We're going to reverse our position, right? Well, let's reverse our position. Most people would be getting out right now when the market's going up, but let's keep moving forward here. Take a look at that. How many of y'all would like to have a way that the market can literally predict this for you, where you have years and years, decades of people's experience and knowledge and learning ability in this market, where they've literally put everything they know into a system that allows you to succeed at the highest level, like the pros, as you're learning how to trade this market without anything. Does that make sense? I know how to read this market now without any systems, but I literally started trading with this before I knew anything, and guess what? I still use these systems till this day. I never place a trade without putting the system on to take a look at what I'm actually doing. Now, how many of you see right here, what did the market do? Did we get our arrow right here? So basically, what does that mean? Well, let's take a look. We got into the market right here, right? Because that's what it told us. We got out right here. How many people can tell me, how many pips are we at? We're at 97 pips. Bingo. We're at 97 pips, and then Duran already said it. He goes, yep, now we are going to start buying. You're absolutely right. So we're up 97 pips, or $970. All right, let's keep moving here. So now we're buying. We're living our life, doing the things that we love. We're waiting for the market to take its course until we get our notification, which is, in real life, this will be a text message sent to your phone telling you to get out, reverse your position. We got in here, we got out here. Where are we at? 91 pips. You see that? Now, how many of you find this valuable? I mean, honestly, how many of you would like to have a way that this can literally generate income? You know what I call this, honestly? I like to call this passive type income, where you're literally out living your life, doing the things you love, but you're generating income for virtually you're doing something. I don't want to say for doing nothing, but how many of y'all would just like to know how to read this market? Once you have a way to trade this market, that's it. You can literally create income when you want, whenever you want, however much you want. It's totally on your call. And I learned that, I learned that with this market, if you want to give yourself a raise, you have the right to do so. You just got to learn it and trade it. You know what I mean? And so there it is. We got in selling. We got out right here. And that's all I need to see. I got into the market selling. I'm getting out right here. I'm up 106 pips. You see that? 106 pips. So how many of you understand what I'm showing you with this? How many of you feel that this is something you can actually utilize? Right? How many of you find value in what I'm showing you? You see, this market, the Forex market, has a lot of potential and a lot of opportunity. And a lot of people know that. Okay? But if you've ever heard things like, oh, it's so hard to succeed in the market and this and that, it's because you're listening to people that have no education, and you're listening to people that didn't have a strategy or a plan of attack. And so what do? They might put fear into your mind. Well, how about you listen to those that are succeeding, and you can succeed with us? Does that make sense? And so once again, that right there, that's approximately a 6-week time frame. And in that 6 weeks time frame, we're up 1,060 plus 970 plus 910 plus 1,840. We're at 4,780. So $4,780 profit, okay, in 6 weeks' time. How many of you, once again, find value in what I'm showing you with this? How many of you would like to generate $4,780 in 6 weeks with this system? Now, I will let you know this, that imagine, just hypothetically, I know a lot of you might be into it or not into it, but if you set this to auto trade for you, okay, to auto trade for you, how many of you realize that if you set this when we placed our first trade and waited 6 weeks and checked your system, you'd be up $4,780 trading at standard lots in 6 weeks for virtually doing nothing. You place the trade, you let it run. Does that make sense? And so that's the power of what we offer. Every system we have has been they've all been back tested, all of them, okay? So you want to see results, we'll show you results. You want to see how much success they generate, it'll absolutely blow your mind when you see the accuracy of what we've actually developed and put together. So with that being said, let's just take these two currency pairs alone, all right, off those several trades, both 6-week time frames, and take a look at, if you were to have, let's just say you let them run, let's take a look at where we would be. 4,780 plus the 6,920, 11,700 even. How many of you would like to generate $11,700 just off those two 6-week periods? Does that make sense? So what you really have to ask yourself is, what would that do for you? That's the bigger question, okay? Because everybody wants to succeed, but if you don't want it bad enough, or you don't know what it would truly benefit and help you with, you know, it's very difficult to find the value in something. Does that make sense? And so I found the value when I knew, man, I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired. I needed a different way out. But once again, $11,700, and I want you to remember that if you were the non-risk taker, and you didn't, and you remember you withdrew your 5,000, so if you didn't do that, you'd be up 16,700. For those of you that are trading standard to multiple standard lots, you'd be over 20,000. Okay? And so once again, that's what I wanted to show you today. So there is a way for you to literally learn how to trade this market and continue living your life where you trade part-time, but you have full-time results. Does that make sense? All right? Now, I also want you to realize that with what I just showed you, okay, those were just two, all right, I just showed you two of MTI's many powerful strategies and techniques that MTI offers. And unlike other educational experiences that you may have had in the past, MTI is going to give you a plethora of strategies to allow you to be ready for any turns the market may take. Now take a look at these lists I'm about to show you here in just a moment. These are all strategies that you will be fully equipped and empowered with to use during any market condition. All right, once again, what I just showed you was just two techniques that MTI offers. All right, you will be equipped with all the strategies that you currently see. And these will allow you to take advantage of any market condition. Now, what I want to do is I want to take just a minute or two, and how many of you right now you're actually wondering, Mike, that's great. Type in a Y for yes. If you're wondering right now, Mike, that seems great, that sounds awesome, but how many people are really succeeding at that level? Type in a Y for yes if you're wondering, Mike, how many people really do succeed at that level? All right, perfect. That's a lot of you. So I'm going to take the next minute or two, and I want to show you some social media so that you can hear from some of our students and some of our friends on Facebook, and these people are just like you. As I'm pulling these up, what I want you to do is put yourself in their shoes and ask yourself, can I be like that? Can I succeed like that? I want you to listen to the overall feel of our students. Are they happy? Are they profitable? More importantly, are they having fun? Now, as soon as you see this pulled up on your screen, if you can all please be so kind as to type in a Y for yes to let me know that you do see this up on your screen. Awesome, thank you. If you want to look for us on Facebook, we're simply Market Traders Institute. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to scroll down here, and let's go to posts to page. All right, very first thing I want to do is let me go ahead and show you some of the success that a lot of our students are getting. All right, here's Nick Paisley. Nick Paisley says, trading using the master sell 6 strategy, using the daily time frame to plan the trade. So far, I'm up 231 pips, expecting to make another 1,329 pips when it hits his daily time frame. Okay, it's nice to see, it's nice when you see the plan unfold as expected. How many of you would like to generate over 200 pips and have an expectancy of 1,329? That was just posted just the other day. Okay, that's from Nick. All right, right here, JB Biff. How many of you remember I talked about our tipping point prediction? Well, JB says, Aussie Fundy using straddle strategy, I closed out after 9 minutes, 159 pips profit. How many of you would like to generate 159 pips in 9 minutes? Right? So we literally show you that, and we teach you how to take advantage of that. We do have professional traders that literally tell you what to do and what to trade. Each trade you want to make, they literally tell you, hey, jump in this trade right now. Here's why. So I'll talk about that. Ron Yates, the new FX precision system is awesome. Opened my first trade yesterday using it and closed out this morning for 135 pips. Thank you, MTI, for the life-changing education. That's Ron, 135 pips in simply one day, basically, overnight. Okay. Once again, I'll show you a couple more here. Do you feel you can have this kind of success? Right here's Ibrahim, just raked in 529 pips. All right. Show you some more. Here's Jason Stewart, was able to lock in 141 pips this morning, shorting the GBP and CAD before the CAD announcement. Take advantage of the market before it takes advantage of you. How many of you would like to generate 141 pips in just one morning? You wake up, grab your cup of coffee. Before you even finish it, maybe you're up 141 pips, right? And once again, is it possible? Yes, you're hearing from a lot of our students right now. Okay. Once again, here's Darko. He says, traders, if you went up to 200 and 250 pips in one day, be smart. Don't trade the next day or two. All right, it's up to you. But how many of you would like to generate that many pips in one single day? Here we go. Ibrahim bagged 367 pips on the GBP CAD, 322 on others, total of 689 pips for today. And it's Friday, he says. All right, that's just in one day. Once again, Darko, another great morning. It becomes a daily routine, and he laughs. 288 pips, 163, 36, 90, 25, 716. Once again, these are all students of MTI that were all in your seat at one point or another. Darko, beautiful morning. Woke up and saw this. 213 pips, 243, 433, 413. Not bad. Here's Sandra Osborne. Sandra says, thank you, Josh. I made 151 pips this morning because of the free webinar you offered last night. When you are a student, you will have full access to a lot of these different events that we have and where we tell you exactly what to do. All right? So these students wake up, do what we tell them to do, and this is the success that you're seeing. Also, to let you know, I will be actually sharing with you how I can get you into a private session with a professional trader, Jose Tormos, this Friday morning at 7 a.m., where he will literally, he's going to show you strategies and help you capture pips, okay? I can literally get you in on that session this Friday, and I will explain to you how, okay? Jason Stewart says results do not lie, and he shows us a good snapshot of his account right there, all right? And I'm actually passing a lot of them that there's a lot of success. Here's Christopher Atienza. Christopher says, I do it again. I'm up now 600 pips since June 30th. Thanks, MTI, for the great tools and training. You see how he says thanks to FX Showtime for the tips as well as the FX Chief? FX Showtime is Jose Tormos, and he'll be the gentleman with you this Friday morning if you want to be a part of that. How many of you would like to generate 600 pips plus? That's a snapshot of his account. Once again, folks, I'm showing you this just to show you that, yes, if you want to take advantage of this, is what I'm showing you in the live market fabricated or is it real? It's real because you're looking at it. I'll show you one or two more and I will move on, okay? Here's Katrina Marie, closed out, and netted 165 pips today, total of 334 pips for the week. Not bad, right? Type in a Y for yes if you see yourself having this level of success. If you feel that you could honestly have this kind of success, all it takes is a desire, honestly. That's all it is. You know, the only difference between those that made it and those that didn't is one wanted it better and worse. One had a greater desire for it than the other. All right? Here's Wayne Howley. He says Market Traders is the best with a snapshot of 32 pips, 246, 27, 226 pips. All right, so do y'all get the picture here? Right? Absolutely. And so when I saw that, I'm like, man, those people aren't any better than me, you know? And so anyways, with that, do you think that Jason, Kevin, Lauren, do you think that Paul and Wayne and all these individuals, do you think they thought it was worth the investment? Do these students sound happy? Do they sound profitable? More importantly, does it sound like they're having fun? So quick reminder, live each weekday, our tipping edition. And of MTI, you will have exclusive information regarding a major market movement. This is 2,000 pips in one currency, 1,000 pips on another. It's a $30,000 year opportunity now in the end of this year. All right, just the other week alone, in 1 week, we did generate over $3,000 US dollars. The next huge round of trades will be starting. All right, so this is a special exclusive unveiling. This is only for MTI students, and you will be shown how to take these opportunities, instructors live. So let me go ahead and let me ask all of you, okay? Success stories. If that's you, type in me. If that's you. That's Fanny and Pedro, Keith, Sully, Andre, David, Kashik, and Duran and Mode, and everybody else is typing in me. All right? The responses can be through the Ultimate Traders Package on Demand. Now, this program is the most comprehensive, easy-to-use, step-by-step system on the planet. It's what I'm mentioning this presentation. We'll take a look at some of the people that have benefited from the Ultimate Traders Package on Demand. John, all right, he's an engineer from Grapevine, Texas. Now, John says what they teach you, how they teach you, when to stay out. That's a big thing. Basically, it's a full understanding of how the market works. We are going to be getting you started off in the fast lane with a 3-day Wealth and Freedom Experience live. Now, for a long time, you attend either live in beautiful Lake Mary, Florida, or in the comfort of your own home. Now, in the first phase of the event, you will get an in-depth and thorough understanding of the lessons that you will go through in MTI's education. Per day, you will get to experience live practical application of the principles taught in these lessons. And while your plan is, if a trade setup presents itself, you will have the benefit of a Forex Market veteran to help you potentially money on the spot. So once again, folks, I am going to include this for a lifetime today. And for those of you that are in here and that are ready, the next 3-day Wealth and Freedom Experience live class will be August 23rd, all right, through the 25th. The class actually just started today, but the next 3-day class will be on the 23rd through the 25th. All right, 10 seats left and available for that, so if you want to take advantage of this, you want to act quickly to go ahead and reserve. All right, so it doesn't matter if you're a brand new novice Forex investor or if you have some prior Forex trading knowledge, rest of this 3-day of starting off the right way. All right, learn and trade 7 trading strategies that are unique to MTI. You will get education and have an edge on approximately 99% of all Forex traders. You will lead with a full and complete understanding of how this works and do it successfully. Gain the confidence that will come from instructor-led education. And you will build a skill set that will begin to potentially type right now. Again, you will be receiving this for a lifetime. Well, once finished with the 3-day class, you're not done there. You will receive the Financial Freedom Online University. Now, this is a 16-week, at-home, self-paced, on-demand, step-by-step learning package that will ensure that you understand how to properly trade the Forex market. This will drive home the principles that you learned in the 3-day Wealth and Freedom class, and you will have access to this for a lifetime. So if you liked what I showed you in the 3 steps to Forex trading success, then this is going to be perfect for you. You're also going to receive the Wealth and Acceleration Software package. So if you like what you saw in the live market, then this package will benefit you greatly. You will receive the FX Turbo Trader and the Turbo Trader Auto, which can automatically place trades for you, as I showed you. The Fibonacci tool that made this market so easy, and you have the ability to have the software email and or text message you alerts right to your phone. Now, this is what the pros use, and so I am going to include this today as well. So when's the last time you made money from receiving a text message? So picture that. You're at the movies with your family, you're at the park with your kids, you just got done surfing or golfing or whatever you love doing. You look at your phone, and it tells you exactly what to do. Well, I'm going to give you a full year, 12 months access up front. In addition to that, I want to include some powerful tools to really help you master the market. So how many of you are like me and you love checklists? Right? How many of you would love to know exactly what to do step by step by step? Well, for those of you that are just like me, I am going to include the step-by-step Pro Traders checklist, but you have to take action today. All right? And what I feel, I didn't even mention this, but what I feel is the most powerful tool that you will have access to is the Analyst On-Demand Room. Now, this room is hosted by live professional analysts and traders that monitor the Forex market 24 hours per day. You have full access to them. How much money do you think you could be making by logging into this room and asking MTI's professional analysts, right, exactly where they think the market is going? Better yet, what if you could ask the analysts exactly where they think you should enter in your trades and exit out of your trades for profit? So if you ever wake up, have you ever thought, you know what, you ever wish you just had a professional trader right next to you and you just kind of whispered over to him, hey, what should I do, what should I do? Well, you do have full access to that right here. All right, so quit wondering, right? Quit wondering if you did things right. Just simply log in and ask. In addition to that, you're also going to receive something really, really special. Now, this is the FX Chief Fast Track Mentorship Program. Okay? Now, imagine this. All right, picture having a mentor that's a 25-year veteran and the founder of MTI virtually right in your home to take you by the hand and know exactly what to do. We'll take a look at some of the people that have benefited from the FX Chief Fast Track Mentorship, and this is part of the Ultimate Traders Package on demand as well. All right, people like John G. All right, he's retired from Fishers, Indiana. John says that's where the Chief came in and brought it down to my level, and he made me understand. He also made me understand that I don't have to know everything. I can learn it as I go, and I can go from here. But he gave me the opportunity to get started. So you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. In addition to all of that, we're also going to include the Rapid Results Profit Plan. Now, how many of you want to know the exact steps, step by step, to get to your goals? Well, we have laid it out in such a format so you have a step-by-step plan to know exactly how long it will take for you to achieve your specific financial goals based on your personal trading strategies. And that's exactly what I was explaining earlier when we were demonstrating the FX Turbo Trader. In addition to that, which I think can help you even more, how many of you are looking for a roadmap? How many of you are looking to know exactly what to do to accomplish your goals? And so here's what we did. We created the Success Now roadmap, and it's going to literally show you how to have more success right now. Okay, you are going to find the best places to trade, and you're going to know exactly what to do. Now, I believe in this package so much, and I am so passionate about your success that when you do the right thing and you take action today, all right, you will have our personal 100% money-back guarantee, 100% satisfaction guarantee. So you literally have 60 full days, 2 full calendar months to go through the education. If for whatever reason you feel, you know what, this is not for me, no problem, let us know. We will give you your money back, okay? So it's a zero-risk opportunity. So everyone, type into the question section, what kind of risk is this, honestly? Exactly. That's right, everyone. It's a zero-risk opportunity. So I encourage you, take action now. So let's go over the value of the education that you will be receiving. You're going to receive the 3-day Wealth and Freedom Experience Live, the Financial Freedom Online University, the Wealth Acceleration Software Package, the Analyst on Demand, the Step-by-Step Pro Traders Checklist, the FX Chiefs Fast Track Mentorship Program, the Rapid Results Profit Plan, the Success Now Roadmap. Folks, this is all valued at $12,610 US. Okay, that's the value of all of this. But let me ask everyone in this room a question. If all this package did for you was teach you and show you how to make several thousands of dollars per month, month after month after month, would it be worth the investment? Yes or no? And I want you to stop and think about it. If all the package did for you was help you so that you can make sure that you have the money to retire with, would it be worth the investment? For those that are close to retirement age, is it worth it for you? Yes or no? And if all this package did for you was help you earn enough money to travel around the world and spend more quality time with the people you love, your family and loved ones, would it be worth the investment? Yes or no? Absolutely, right? So, I came here today to empower, and I came here to serve. And I came here today to make this package affordable for each and every one of you. So today, you're not going to pay $12,000, you're not going to pay $10,000, and today you're not even going to pay our cost in this education, which is $7,495. Today, and today only, you have the ability to receive a $2,000 scholarship from us to you, okay, which will be applied towards the package, which will make your one-time investment just $5,495. That's it. And the reason we're offering this $2,000 scholarship is because for those of you that join today, you will be there with Jose Tormos, professional analyst, this Friday morning as he's going to demonstrate some incredible trading opportunities, and he's going to cover Fibonacci's that you can literally take advantage of this Friday, and we can reserve a seat for you to join. Also, for those that join our tipping point prediction, as I previously mentioned, you will be there for the next huge setup of trades that are coming down the pipe that you will literally be able to take advantage of, and you will go ahead and have access to that right away. Remember, it's a $30,000 opportunity between now and the end of this year, all right? So will you take advantage of this? It's completely up to you, all right, of the tipping point trading prediction and this Friday. All right. So once again, this is making your one-time investment just $5,495. Folks, at this time, I'm going to go ahead and give you my permission to enter in your telephone numbers into the question section, and I will have an educational specialist reach out to you here in just a few moments. And if you really want to have a huge advantage on this market, I'm telling you, you cannot afford to miss out on this. All right. Thank you, Jay. I do have your telephone number. Thank you, Kylie. I do have your telephone number as well. Thank you, Bilal. I do have your number, and we will have an educational specialist reach out to you all here in just a few moments. Now, I came here today to make this program affordable for each and every one of you. So for those of you that are sitting there thinking right now, okay, I can't afford this opportunity, but I can't not afford to have this course, I am here to help you, and I am here to serve you. And so for those of you that take action right now, I am going to extend out two options. All right? Option A is the $2,000 scholarship, all right, for paying for this package in full, making your one-time investment just $5,495. Or option B, which you won't get the scholarship. The scholarship is applied for option A, but for option B, it's just $1,000 down and flexible monthly payments after that. So for those of you that have already typed in your phone numbers, thank you, Lud, thank you, Ivan, and everybody else. If you could just please let us know which option are you interested in moving forward with today. Just type in option A or option B. For those of you that have not typed in your numbers, I give you permission now to type in your telephone number, and please let us know, are you interested in option A or option B? So just let us know which option will best fit your needs after you type in your telephone number, okay? We do have educational specialists on the line, and I do see that a lot of you are typing in your telephone numbers right now. So once again, Duran, if you could please let us know which option will best fit your needs. And I want you to remember that option A, all right, option A is for the $5,495 cost because of the $2,000 scholarship. For option B, you will be paying for this package. It's just $1,000 down and flexible monthly payments after that. So once again, I congratulate all those that are currently typing in their telephone numbers. Thank you, Ethan. I have your number. I see you're going with option A today. Thank you, Duran. I see you're going with option A today. Thank you, Ivan. I see you're going with option A today as well. We do have your telephone number. Thank you for that. Thank you, Keith. I have your number. I see you're going with option B today. Thank you for that as well. Thank you, Andrew. I have your number. I see you're going with option A today as well. Thank you, Kelly. We do have your number. I see you're going with option B today. Thank you, Kayla. I see you're going with option A as well. We will have an educational specialist reach out to each and every one of you and here in just a few moments. Thank you, Josh. I do have your number. I see you're going with option A today as well. So once again, I see a lot of you are currently typing in your numbers. Thank you all for all of you that are currently typing in your numbers, letting us know which option best fits your need. All right? So folks, if you're saying, yes, you know what, I can have fun doing this, I do see myself doing this, type in your number, okay, just let us know which option best fits your need. And you know what? If you're looking for long-term income, for generational wealth, I just wanted a way to create wealth. So if you're looking for a wealth generator, if you're looking for a way to have long-term income, to provide for the family, passive type income, folks, I encourage you, if that's what you want and that's what you're looking for, just type in your telephone number and let us know which option you want to move forward with. Thank you, Lud. I do see you are going with option B, buddy. Our educational specialist will make note of that and we'll reach out to you. Thank you for that. So remember, everybody, this education is backed by our 100% 60-day money-back guarantee. You have nothing to lose. Why such a long guarantee? Here's why. Because we have nothing to hide. We know that you are going to love this education so much, all right, and you're going to literally learn so much and place such a high value on it that you're going to learn more than you've ever learned before, and not only are you going to start generating wealth and you're going to be happy with what you're doing, but most importantly, you're going to find the value and you're going to find the return on your investment. And that's what we're talking about here. It's all about investing. For some people, in their mind, they're saying, I don't want to spend that money. Well, they don't understand what it means then. It's called an investment. You're investing into your future. You're investing into your life. You're investing into your family. You're investing into what you want out of life. See, people that don't understand long-term vision, they think I'm spending the money, right? I don't want to spend that. But if you understand what investment is, you're investing this to have a long-term, happy lifestyle that you truly want. And I believe that's why you're here today. So isn't that what it's all about, a return on investment? Well, how much money did we show you in the examples that I showed you? Way over $10,000. Well, what if you started making $2,000 a month right out of the gate? That's $24,000 for the year, right? Will that change a few things? What about the successes of those you saw on Facebook? They were in your seat once. Do you think they're happy they put in their number and said either option A or option B? Because that's all it is. Success is a thought process, and it's nothing more. Does that make sense? but you do have to step out of your comfort zone in order to succeed, because a lot of people, they stay in their comfort zone, and that's the reason they don't succeed, because it's comfortable, right? And so once again, I congratulate all those that are currently typing in their phone numbers. Real quickly, Gabrielle, congratulations. I do see you're going with option A today. Thank you, Maggie. I do have your number. I see you put in option B. Jordan, thank you. I have your number. I see you're going with option A today. Rachel, thank you. I see you're going to be going with option B today. And thank you, Nick. I see you're going with option A. We will have an educational specialist reach out to you all here in just a few moments. Thank you, Lud. I do see that, buddy. I see you're going with option B today. Awesome. We will have somebody reach out to you here in just a few moments. So thank you all for those that are making the decision to win today. And my friends, we at Market Traders Institute, we believe truly that you are worth the investment, hands down, 100%, no questions asked. We believe that this education that I just showed you today is for you. However, the bigger question is, do you think you're worth the investment? If you think you're worth the investment, I want you to type in your telephone number now in the question box with either option A or option B, whichever you want to take advantage of. And I want you to understand whether it's option A and you pay in full, or it's option B and you make a down payment and flexible monthly payments after that. We treat you like gold, because when you're part of the MTI family, you're part of the family, and we treat every individual just alike. The question is, do you want to be the next success story? Are you ready to stop wondering, waiting, wishing, and hoping, which is what many people do? And are you ready to start doing? So once again, I want to congratulate all those that are making the decision to win today. And once again, this presentation will not be going all day, so it is time for you to make a decision if this is truly what you want to take advantage of before I bring this presentation to a close. So once again, congratulations. If you don't think you're worth the investment or you're not ready to succeed at the highest level, it's okay too. Some people are not ready to succeed at this level. They are not ready to really generate that type of income yet. And you know what? It's completely understandable. It's okay. I definitely don't judge, of course not. But once again, for those out there that are like, you know what, I'm ready to win. I've worked too hard to be where I'm at. I just need a more secure future. I just want to take care of my family. I'm tired of working a job. Okay, whatever it is you want. I just want to get out of debt. I just need a vacation, and a good one, right? So whatever it is for you, just type in option A or option B and let us know what you'll be interested in moving forward with. Or are you going to let another 6 months go by where you're still scratching your head wondering, waiting, and wishing and hoping when you could have made thousands of dollars in that time frame? So if you answered yes to these questions, I encourage you to take action now. My friends, let me ask each and every one of you this question so that I know that I've done my absolute best explaining these systems to you. Have I shown you enough information today to allow you to make a conscious decision to say, yes, I want to be a Forex trader? Awesome. Thank you for that. Have I shown you enough information today, all right, to allow you to say, you know what, I can actually have fun being a Forex trader? Awesome. Listen, if you answered yes to both these questions, all right, I want you to go ahead. I want you to type in your telephone number into the question box now with either option A or option B, whichever route you want to take. Remember, full-time income on a part-time basis. You just need a desire, a will, and a willingness to learn, a desire to want to succeed bad enough. See, me, I got to the point where I just hit bottom, man. I was like, I can't work more hours if I tried. How am I supposed to get ahead? It's impossible. That's what I told people. I was like, it's impossible to get ahead. It doesn't make sense. But then I realized that I was just living in my little comfort zone. It was all about me, and I never expanded my mind. I never expanded my vision, and I never stretched myself past what I thought I could do. And that's when I realized what I'm truly capable of. And I'm telling you, you're capable of whatever you want to accomplish. It just takes a desire. So once again, take advantage of our 60-day money-back guarantee. And if you're seriously interested in this, all right, it's at least worth a phone call. Why? It's not going to cost you anything to simply speak with one of our educational specialists. It's at least worth talking to us to see if we can help you with a customized payment plan. It's a win-win situation. Why? Because you will look at the information within your 60 days to review it, and I can almost assure and guarantee that you will literally learn so much. What's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to live a better life and find a lot of success right out of the gate. So once again, congratulations to all those that are making the decision to win. If you do want to call in now, I see a lot of you are asking. If you want to simply call in now, the number is up there on the top of the screen. Feel free to call in now if you do not want to wait for us to call you, okay? So once again, I came here to empower today, and I came here to serve. I came here to make this package affordable for each and every one of you. All right, so today, you're not going to pay $12,000. You're not going to pay our cost in this education, which is $7,495. Today and today only, you will have the ability to receive a $2,000 scholarship from us to you. Why? So you can join professional trader, Jose Tormos, this Friday morning to take advantage of the market as it's going to go ahead. He's going to show you exactly what to do. All right? We will literally reserve you a seat for this Friday morning, as well as take advantage of our tipping point prediction, which will allow you to generate success, where we are literally showing you how to generate a 2,000 pip earnings, another 1,000 pips, total of 3,000 pips between now and the end of this year. If you want to be a part of that, you can be. You just need to type in your telephone number and let us know, and we will go ahead and chat with you and fill you in on that. All right? So thank you for all those that are currently typing in their phone numbers. And once again, folks, this will not be lasting all day. This presentation will come to a close here in just a moment. So it is time for you to make a decision. All right? And if for whatever reason, like I said, you want to call in now, the number is there on the screen. Feel free to call in. We do have our educational specialists on standby ready to speak with each and every one of you. If the lines are busy, they might be, simply just keep on calling. You will get through to us. All right? So once again, 2,000 off today only, and join Jose Tormos this Friday morning in that special exclusive webinar. So I came here today to make this program affordable for each and every one of you. So once again, this premier education, which is backed by our 60-day 100% money-back guarantee, is normally just $7,495. But folks, the neat thing about working with MTI is that your investment today is not even going to cost you $7,495. What if I can make it even better by giving you back $2,000 in scholarship for paying for this package in full today? This means your final price is just $5,495 for option A, or get involved for $1,000 down, flexible monthly payments after that for option B. So folks, you now have my permission to enter in your telephone numbers with either option A or option B, whichever you want to take advantage of, and we will have an educational specialist reach out to you here in just a few moments. All right? Leanne, congratulations. I do see that you are going with option A. Freeman, thank you. I have your phone number. If you could just please let us know which option works best for you. Thank you, Jude. We do have your number. I see you're going with option A today. I appreciate that. Thank you, Harper. I do have your number as well. I see you're going with B today. And Amelia, I see you're going to be going, I see you put down option A. Thank you for that. Silas, I see you're going with option B today. Thank you for that. We will have an educational specialist reach out to each and every one of you. Once again, if you want to make the decision and take advantage of this, it is now time for you to put in your number with either option A or option B if you truly want to succeed at the highest level. And I do want to applaud those that recently just put in their phone numbers here in the last just couple seconds, and here's why. Because you know what? Cora, let's see, Cora and Oliver, I see you're going with B and you're going with option A. And the reason I want to actually, call you out real quick is because, you just put in your phone numbers with which options you want to move forward with. And you know what? You know what I just noticed here? I just saw them put in their numbers, and I commend you both for that. And here's why. I applaud you for that because why do I applaud you for that? Because you just made the decision to win. You're sitting there wondering, okay, can I do this? Is this for me? Is this really going to work for me? And you know what you did? You took advantage of your gut instinct and you realized that this is for you, that you are ready to win, that you are ready to move forward in life, that you are ready to stop waiting, wanting, wishing, and hoping, and you are ready to start doing. And you stepped out of your comfort zone, which is what a lot of people don't do. They just kind of stay in it because it's comfortable, right? I commend you both for stepping out of your comfort zone. And you know what? Your comfort zone is the scariest place on earth. And you have to step out of your comfort zone if you truly want something more out of life. Because the definition of insanity is do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. Now, for those of you that, keep hearing me tell you about the 60-day money-back guarantee, you will see what this can truly do for you. If for whatever reason, not for you, no big deal, we will give you your money back. All right? So folks, at this time, if you haven't made a decision to succeed yet and you're on the fence and you're wondering, should I, shouldn't I, listen, type in your telephone number. It just takes courage. Type in your number with which option you want to move forward with. Speak with one of our educational specialists. You have absolutely nothing to lose. And if that's you, if you're on the fence right now and you're not sure, okay, I encourage you, take action now. We will have someone reach out to you here in just a few moments. So with that being said, I do want to quickly applaud and congratulate the following individuals for making that last-minute courageous decision to win, especially because you find the value on what this can truly do for you. Olivia, congratulations. I do see you put in your phone number. You're going with option A today. Thank you for that. Madison, I see you're going with option B today. Thank you. Ron, I see you put in your phone number and you're going with option A today. And that's awesome. And you know what? Once again, You saw the successes on Facebook. You saw the success in the live market. And you know what? If you feel that that's something that will benefit your life, I encourage you to take action now. You know, where else can you literally create that type of income stream? And if you're looking, this is really designed for certain people. Designed for those that want generational wealth, passive type income. They want to work. They want to basically put in part-time work and have full-time results, right? Those of you that want to spend more time with your family, traveling, so forth and so on, those of you that want to retire or have a better retirement, that's for you. If you're none of the above, this is probably not for you, to be honest with you. You know, some people are just okay with where they're at, and you know what? If that's you, I don't put that down. But with that being said, I am going to bring this presentation to a close at this time. So I'm going to give you all one last chance to make the decision to win before I bring this to a close. If that's you, go ahead, just type in your telephone number with which option you want to move forward with before I bring this to a close. Thank you, Jimmy. Jimmy, I see you put in your phone number and you're going with option A today. Thank you for that. So with that, I want to go ahead and I want to let you all know, what if I could do something, okay, even better than this? And if you're wondering, Mike, what exactly do you mean here? Okay, how many of you right now, you're excited, you know you want to make the money, you know you're ready to do this, and you would like for me to give you an opportunity, okay, you'd like for me to give you an opportunity to get a full tuition reimbursement on this. All right, thank you, Afiz. I do have your number. If you could please just let us know which option would best fit your needs, I would appreciate that. So once again, back to the full tuition reimbursement, you may be asking what that even means. Simply put, any investment into this education, all right, can be returned to you in full through our referral program. However, you only have 90 seconds to take advantage of this. I am going to start a timer, and the timer starts now. In 90 seconds, I will bring this to a close. So within that 90 seconds, type in your telephone number with the initials TR next to your number so that our educational specialists will see that and they will know that you are interested in learning how you can get a full tuition reimbursement on this package, okay? So once again, all you need to do is type in your number with the initials TR. We will know exactly what that means, all right? So Market Traders Institute has transformed the lives of people all over the world, and I really want you truly to experience the power of this. So I am going, way out on a limb here. All I'm going to ask you to do is type in your telephone number with the initials TR. If you can spare just a few seconds to do that, I will unlock the power for you to qualify to receive a full tuition reimbursement, all right? Simply call in now if you want to. Your specialist is going to share with you how you can get a full tuition reimbursement on the Ultimate Traders Package on Demand. And remember, our next class, our next 3-day Wealth and Freedom Live event is coming up. So if you want to take advantage of this, and Robert, thank you, Robert. I do have your phone number, and I do see you are going with option B today. Thank you, Robert. Okay. Now, for those of you that want to take advantage, remember there's only 10 seats left in the next Wealth and Freedom Live event. And so if our educational specialists reach out to 10 people before they reach out to you, you may miss out on the class. So if you want to call in now, I probably recommend that so that you don't miss out on the class. Secure your seat right away. So anyways, with that being said, I am going to give a 10-second countdown and bring this presentation to a close here in just a couple seconds. So if you really want this, go ahead, type in your number. We will reach out to you, all right? So with that, we're at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So with that, folks, I want you to remember that by developing the habits of successful people, you too will become a success. Thank you all for joining us today. It was a pleasure of mine speaking to and sharing with each and every one of you. I am very excited, all right, to be part of your learning experience. I'm even more excited to be working with each and every one of you during our next Wealth and Freedom Live event. I want to meet you personally. I'm now going to leave this webinar open for the next 5 minutes, so simply call in now or type in your telephone number. We will reach out to you here in just a few minutes. With that, it was a pleasure once again. Over and out.